The Wise Old Man. In a small, peaceful village, there lived an old man named Hari. He was known to everyone as the Wise Old Man because he had a gift for solving problems and offering advice. People from nearby villages would come to him for guidance, and he welcomed everyone with a warm smile and an open heart. Hari was not wealthy, nor did he live in a grand house. Instead, he lived simply in a small cottage near the edge of the village. He spent his days reading, meditating, and tending to his little garden. The villagers admired him for his knowledge, kindness, and the calmness he brought to those around him. One day, a young man named Ravi came to Hari with a troubled heart. He had been struggling with anger and frustration for a long time and could not seem to control his emotions. Wise man, Ravi began, I feel angry all the time. Small things irritate me, and I can't seem to find peace. Please, can you help me? Hari listened patiently, his eyes kind and understanding. Anger is like a fire within us, he said. It can burn everything around us if we don't control it. Tell me, Ravi, do you know why you feel this anger? Ravi shook his head. No, I don't know why. It just comes over me without warning. Hari nodded thoughtfully. Let's take a walk, Ravi. Sometimes answers come when we connect with nature. Ravi agreed, and they began to walk through the village and into the nearby forest. As they walked, Hari shared stories about patience and acceptance. He told Ravi that everyone has the power to choose how they react, even in difficult situations. After some time, they reached a river. The water was calm and clear, reflecting the blue sky and the trees on its banks. Hari sat down by the river, motioning for Ravi to join him. Look at the river, Hari said softly. When the water is calm, you can see everything clearly, like a mirror. But if you throw a stone into it, the water becomes disturbed, and the reflections disappear. Anger is like that stone. When we allow it to control us, our thoughts become clouded. Ravi stared at the river, realizing the truth in Hari's words. He took a deep breath, feeling a bit of his anger begin to fade. But how do I stop the stone from disturbing my mind? Ravi asked. Every time you feel anger rising, take a moment to breathe, Hari replied. Pause and try to understand why you are angry. Often, it is because we feel hurt or disappointed. When you understand the cause, you can address it calmly instead of letting anger take over. Ravi thanked Hari for his advice and promised to practice controlling his emotions. He left feeling lighter, his heart filled with gratitude for the wise old man's guidance. Days turned into weeks, and Ravi began to notice a change in himself. He practiced patience and tried to breathe deeply whenever he felt anger rising. Soon, he found that he was able to handle difficult situations with a calm mind. News of Hari's wisdom continued to spread, and more people came to seek his advice. One day, a woman named Leela came to him, worried about her son, who had recently lost his job and was struggling to find direction in life. Wise man, my son is sad and discouraged. He has tried so hard, but nothing seems to work for him. He feels like a failure. What should I do to help him? Leela asked, her voice filled with concern. Hari smiled gently and said, your son is like a young tree, Leela. Right now, he is facing a storm, and his branches are bending under its weight. But this storm is helping him grow stronger. Without challenges, we would never learn resilience. Tell him not to lose hope, for every storm passes and every tree grows taller. Leela nodded, comforted by Hari's words. She returned home and shared his wisdom with her son, who found new strength to keep going. Slowly, he began to believe in himself again, and eventually, he found a job he loved. As the years passed, Hari continued to help the villagers with his words of wisdom. One day, an old friend from his youth, named Anand, visited him. Anand had grown rich over the years but had always been unhappy. Hari, Anand said, I have everything I ever wanted: wealth, power, and respect. But I feel empty inside. Why do I feel this way when I have achieved so much? Hari looked at his friend with compassion. Anand, you have spent your life gathering things, but have you ever given from your heart? Anand looked surprised. What do you mean? True happiness does not come from what we have, Hari explained. It comes from what we give. When we help others, when we share our love and kindness, we find a joy that no wealth can buy. Anand thought deeply about Hari's words. Inspired, he decided to use his wealth to help those in need. He built schools, helped the poor, and supported the village. As he gave more, he found a happiness he had never known before. Anand was grateful to his old friend for showing him the true meaning of life. As years went by, Hari grew older and frail. The villagers continued to visit him, seeking his wisdom and guidance. One day, a young boy named Aman came to see him. Aman was curious and filled with questions about life. Wise man, why do people suffer? Why do we feel sadness? Aman asked. Hari smiled at the boy and said, Imagine you are holding a flower in your hand, Aman. If you squeeze it too tightly, it will be crushed. Life is like that flower. When we hold on to things too tightly, our fears, our desires, our worries, we create our own suffering. Aman listened carefully, his young mind absorbing Hari's words. So, how do we live without suffering? He asked. Learn to let go, Aman, Hari said softly. Appreciate life, but do not cling to it. Accept change, for it is a part of life. When you let go of expectations and live in the present, you will find peace. Aman thanked Hari, feeling grateful for the wisdom he had received. He left with a heart full of hope, promising to live life with an open heart. Hari's wisdom had touched countless lives over the years, helping people find answers, peace, and direction. He had taught them the importance of patience, kindness, and inner peace. And though he was old and tired, he was content, knowing that he had lived a life filled with purpose. One evening, as the sun began to set, Hari sat outside his cottage, looking out over the village he loved so dearly. He knew his time was near, but he felt no fear. He had lived a life of kindness and had shared all the wisdom he had gained. As the villagers gathered around him, he gave them one last piece of advice. Remember, life is a journey. Walk it with patience, compassion, and love. And remember, true wisdom lies not in knowing all the answers, but in seeking them with an open heart. With those words, Hari closed his eyes, his heart filled with peace. The villagers felt a deep respect for the wise old man who had been their guide, friend, and teacher. They knew that his spirit would live on in the wisdom he had shared, in the lives he had touched, and in the love he had spread. The wise old man had given them a gift that would last forever, a gift of understanding, kindness, and a gentle reminder to live life with an open heart. Wisdom is not about knowing everything, but about understanding life's deeper truths. Kindness, patience, and selflessness bring true happiness.